Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons' leading tackler in 2018. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And the Falcons grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
59, ready. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check 26, ready to go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Here's Ryan to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
He's on the line at the 11-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready, 6 yards. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Ready. Mike 54. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Mike 25. Mike 58, right there. Got it. It's outfield.
From the 29, Ryan trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 33 yards that time. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. On 3rd down, Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. In for the sack, Deion Jones. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down, Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly in the game plan. And you notice they went with an empty backfield. No backs.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This is Johnson. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll try to run with Edmonds, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Oh, now Murray has it stripped. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deion Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
field goal's all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Ryan. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a first down.
First down, Falcons.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. And who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
At their 49-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Ryan. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now it's Ryan. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Corey Peters, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and goal.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Ryan, this will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-3.
Falcons 10, Cardinals 3. Set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
We got to get to the ball.
Johnson running right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stay.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Here's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
2nd and a yard at the Cardinals' 25-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here I come again.
To throw is Ryan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Ryan will throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bryant is good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Ryan now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He's looking for Ridley again. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw again is Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Murray, airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Deion Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just thinking what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Ready, 280, 125. I'm trying to collect.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Powers through him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And it's a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they're able to retain possession.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
I got you. Get up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan looking in zone for Jones. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fitzgerald. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, the 11-time Pro Bowler Larry Fitzgerald still has it. His production did take a dip last year on the heels of 3 straight 1,000-yard campaigns. And he's in the back half of his 30s now. What a career it's been. Coming into this year, over 1,300 receptions, 116 of those for touchdowns, and second only to Jerry Rice in career receiving yards. Pretty spectacular. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now here we go on 4th down with Murray. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 36-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Freeman again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check, 43. Hey, watch the slant.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ready. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Again, it'll be Freeman. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty?
I'm so confused. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touch. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team is...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray dancing to his left. And an alley to run. A crazy sequence here. A huge game that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Murray now to throw. And this is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Boy, 43. Check, 43.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
Right here. Double tight. You got 3 down.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 43's the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Taken down back at the 12-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray over the middle, complete. That's Fitzgerald. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Murray, one final try. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break.